Good evening, Sven here from Common Sense Survival, and today I want to do a quick review on this Schrade SCHF24. It's just a real nice little knife. I consider it a mid-size. It's not really a small neck knife, and it's not one of them big choppers uh, like the K-Bar BK9 or a BK7. This is quite considerably, half the size of one of those knives. But this is just a real nice knife to have on your hip, or you know, paracord to your pack, or something along those lines. Um, let's take a look at it here. Here we have it in the sheath. Got about 9 inches overall in the sheath. This is a thermoplastic molded sheath. You can change the belt loop around to carry it in several different ways, so that makes it nice. It's kind of convertible. Um, it's got a little bit of wiggle in there, but nothing. It's got a little bit of rattle to it, but nothing terrible. I mean, I've had a few of them that were just horrible. Um, Not super silent, but you know what? This thing really does stay in. It really does snap in very well. And if you were going to use this as a neck knife, I would not worry about this coming out at all. So let's just set the sheath aside here and set that over here. Let's take another look at this knife. Got about a 3.5 inch right here from this little notch to the tip on this little clip point. Got about 3.5 inch blade. Overall, it's about 8 inches. And what we have here is some uh, textured or molded G10 scales. And I wasn't sure when I first bought this, but I was like, man, I don't know how comfortable those are really going to look. It's got some jimping up here for your thumb, but I find myself choking up on this knife a lot. It's got this sway back on the top here, this nice little clip point, great for doing some hole drilling for start of a bow drill or anything like that. Not a super sharp spine. Um, as far as striking a ferro rod, you may want to just touch that up a little bit. It does have this little notch down here. You could actually take a Dremel and just sharpen this up and use that for your ferrocinium rod striker, or on the back side here. But I find it very comfortable, and I don't like a super sharp spine sometimes either when I have a smaller knife, because when I want to choke up on this and do some fine carving, I find this to be extremely comfortable, just extremely comfortable. So it's not digging into my thumb. I can really push down and do some, making a little spoon or something, or some triggers for a trap, or a pot hanger for my fire. Just an all-around really nice little knife. And there you see the stone washed uh, Schrade insignia there. It's stamped into the steel. It's real nice. And I don't know if you can see this or not. You can see my tattoo. Uh, it's stamped right there with the SCHF24, so you know which knife it is. A lot of people, they say, "Well, gee, what kind of knife is that?" But it's got some really nice, not rivets, but like Chicago screws holding the G10 handles to a full tang construction. Once again, it's got some real nice finger notches there. It's just a really comfortable knife. I mean, if I want to hold it back like this, and and do some cutting for preparing a meal, it's there. I can do some chopping, or if I want to prepare some fat wood, do some small batoning. I'm not going to be chopping on some big stuff, but you know, uh, some nice fat wood here. I wouldn't want to burn this whole thing up just to start one fire. So yeah, you know, not a problem with batoning some 2 or even 3 inch type tinder. Here's some oak I had. I was just kind of messing around doing some curls on it. This is just some super hard seasoned oak that I use in my fireplace. But you know, it really does bite very well. It's very sharp, and you know, if you need to split this down to some smaller material for some finer kindling, I don't believe it would be a big problem with this particular knife. It's not a super chopper by any means. It's nowhere near you know, a BK9 or even a BK7, but as an overall belt knife and camp knife and a small bushcraft knife, you know, if you need to scrape up some birch bark and prepare some maybe some inner cedar bark for your fire starting, this is just in my opinion, a very nice mid-sized knife. Not super small, not super big. Kind of hit that happy medium. It is a production knife. This is made by Schrade, and I'm not sure if this is made in the United States or not. Um, I live in the United States, but overall, nice clip point. It's a high carbon stainless steel, full tank construction. Pretty much everything you want in a nice package. A very well molded thermoplastic shield. You know, who would I suggest this knife to? I would suggest this to just about anybody that likes to just have a medium size, really comfortable in the hand uh, knife. If you've got a young man in your family that's maybe going into scouting, this would be a superb knife for a young man going into scouting. Um, so that was just my opinion on that. Once again, it holds a great edge and just super comfortable in the hand. Nice finger notches, nice pommel. I ain't got nothing really negative to say about this knife, you know, other than no, it's not a big chopper, and no, it's not going to be, you're not going to be batoning anything over maybe 3 inches in diameter. But for making some kindling and preparing a little some food, you know, I mean, it is what it is. Nice little knife, in my opinion. I give this knife 2 thumbs up from Schrade, and the fit, the finish, like it. Sven here from Common Sense Survival, and for about $30, this super nice little knife. It's a 8CR13 MOV. They get all fancy with the name of the high carbon steels. It is a stainless steel, so it's not going to rust up on you and get all nasty. Not a lot of maintenance. Just always keep a light coat of oil on all my blades anyway, and you're good to go. A little general maintenance, and you've got a knife that'll last you a very long time. This is Sven from Common Sense Survival, saying thanks for joining me. Hope you, if you like this, please give it a thumbs up, and until we meet again, my friends, be careful out there. Good night.